Good afternoon, and obviously welcome to today's webinar on the Level 4 AI and Automation Practitioner Apprenticeship at the University of Suffolk. So my name is Gemma Matten, and I'm part of the business engagement team here at the University of Suffolk. So thank you for taking the time to join us today. So during this session, we'll provide an overview of the apprenticeship programme from our course lead and give you the opportunity to ask any questions during our Q&A session. So if there are any questions that you have during the presentation, can you please pop them into the Q&A chat, and then we'll pick them up at the end. And if you'd like any further information about the university, you can always visit us at our website, which is www.uos.ac.uk. So before we begin, I'd like to introduce you to the business engagement team. So our role is to support employers and prospective apprentices from their initial inquiry through to application and onboarding. So the team consists of our head of business engagement, which is Graham. We have Hannah, who is in the black shirt. She's the business engagement consultant. And then you have myself and Petra, who are the business engagement managers. So we work closely with employers to understand workforce development needs, discuss apprenticeship options, guide organisations through the recruitment process, and support them through the onboarding stage. So once an apprentice is fully enrolled, we then hand them over to the apprenticeship team, who provide ongoing support throughout the apprenticeship journey. So our apprenticeship team, they play a vital role with ensuring apprentices and employers receive ongoing support throughout the programme. So the team consists of Ellen, who is in the beige jumper. She's the contracts manager. Johnny, who's in the blue jumper, he's the apprenticeship compliance officer. Rob in the checkered shirt, he's the quality manager. And then Christine, who's in the black jumper, she's the ILA funding manager. So they oversee areas such as the apprenticeship compliance, funding requirements, quality assurance, contracts, and learner records. So their support helps ensure apprentices remain on track and that employers receive the guidance they need throughout the programme. So here at the University of Suffolk, we are committed to supporting apprentices both academically and professionally. So apprentices benefit from dedicated apprenticeship support throughout their studies, opportunities for personal and professional development, helping them apply their learning directly in the workplace, and access to a wide range of university facilities and services, including learning resources, academic support, and student wellbeing services. So our aim is to ensure apprentices gain not only the technical knowledge required for their role, but also the confidence and professional skills needed to progress their careers. So we're proud of the outcomes achieved by our apprentices and employer partners. So our current apprenticeship achievement rate is 90.8%, meaning that over 9 out of 10 apprentices successfully complete their programme. We've also have, again, 90.8% retention rate, demonstrating the support we provide to help apprentices stay engaged and progress throughout their learning journey. So perhaps most importantly, we've achieved 100% pass rate for apprentices reaching the endpoint assessment, or now known as the apprenticeship assessment. So as you can see, the achievement and the retention rate are the same. So this shows that every apprentice that stays on programme with us achieves their qualification. So this reflects the quality of the preparation and support provided by our academic and apprenticeship teams, our commitment to delivering high quality apprenticeship programmes that enable apprentices and employers to achieve their goals. I'm now delighted to hand you over to our course lead for the Level 4 AI and Automation Practitioner Apprenticeship. So Rasem will provide an overview of the programme, the skills apprentices will develop, the benefits it can bring to both individuals and employers. And then following on from the presentation, as I said previously, we will have some time for questions and answers. So over to you, Rasem.
Thank you, Gemma. Thanks. And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So my name is Dr. Rasem Qudaih, and I am the course leader for the AI and Automation Practitioner Level 4 Apprenticeship here at the University of Suffolk. So the apprenticeship has been developed in response to a growing challenge that many organizations are facing today. So AI and automation are moving very quickly. But many businesses are still asking the same question. How do we use these technologies in the practical way that create real value? So the program is designed to help answer that question. So the focus is not on turning apprentices into software developers or data scientists. Instead, it's about helping people understand business process, identify opportunities for improvement, evaluate AI and automation tools, and support change within their organizations. So on the left-hand side of the slide, you can see some of the key areas we focus on. So apprentices will learn how to improve productivity, apply AI in practical workplace situations, so automate processes and support organizational change, and make better use of data support decision making. So the program is planned to start in September 2026, and it's delivered through a blended approach. So where apprentices remain in employment while studying, allowing them to apply their learning directly within their workplace. So this means employers can benefit from the skills and projects developed throughout the program, so rather than waiting until the end. So over the next few minutes, I will explain how the program works, what apprentices will learn, and how employers can benefit from getting involved in this program. So before we look at the details of the apprenticeship, so I would like to briefly introduce the team behind it. So I'm Rasem Qudaih, and I will be leading the program. So my background is in digital business, digital transformation, AI, and data-driven decision-making. So my role is to ensure that the program remains relevant to employer and support apprentices throughout their learning journey. So alongside me is Dr. Anush, who brings experience in computing and technology. So her expertise helps ensure that apprentices, again, is an understanding of the technical aspects of AI and automation. So we are also joined by Dr. Josephine, whose expertise includes business management and organizational development. She will support apprentices in understanding how organizations operate and how change can be managed effectively. So in addition, we have Dr. Obina, who brings experience in business improvement, organizational process, and practical workplace applications. So his contributions will help connect learning to a real business challenge and opportunities. So one of the strengths we have on this program is that it's delivered by a multidisciplinary team. So the program is industry focused, meaning that learning is connected to real organizational need and current workplace challenge. So this slide explains why have we developed this apprenticeship and why this apprenticeship matter for organizations. So many organizations today are faced similar challenges. So staff spend significant amount of time on manual tasks, reporting, and administration. So while information is often spread across different systems, so at the same time, organizations are under pressure to improve productivity, efficiency, and decision-making. So this apprenticeship helps address these challenges. The focus is not just on learning about AI, but on applying it in a practical ways within the workplace. So apprentices will learn how to identify opportunities for improvement, so streamline process, automate routine tasks, and make a better use of data. So the opportunities showing on the right side here, so includes improving productivity, reducing manual work and errors, so improve reporting and supporting better decision making. So the key strengths of the program, it is workplace focus. So apprentices apply their learning to a real organization challenge, so helping employers to see benefit throughout the apprenticeship rather than waiting to the end. So ultimately, this program is about building capability within organizations and helping people develop the skills and confidence needed to support digital transformation. So this slide is outlined the entry requirement for the program, as well as some of the progression opportunities available after completing. So apprentices will normally need 48 UCAS points to join the program. But we are happy to look at that case by case. If some applicants have less than 48 UCAS points, but they have the support of their employer, so we'll be happy to look at that, again, as I said, case by case. So, and again, learners must be employed in a suitable role and have employer support. So this is important because apprentices will apply their learning directly within the workplace through the program. So the program is designed to be accessible while maintaining the academic standard expected of the higher education. So after completing the apprenticeship, so learners may progress into roles related to AI automation, business improvement, digital transformation officer role, and process optimization. So the qualification also can provide a pathway to higher level of apprenticeships for further study. You can study level 5, level 6, and so on after. So overall, the program combines practical workplace learning, employer engagement, career development, and further focus skills that are in demand across many sectors. So this slide explains why demand of AI and automation skills is growing. So, and why this apprenticeships has been developed. So organizations across many sectors are investing in AI and automation to improve productivity, reduce manual work, improve reporting, and support better decision making. So as you can see in slide, 69% of organizations plan to increase investment in AI and automation over the next 3 years. So however, as you can see, many employers are struggling to find people with the right skills to support these initiatives. So like as research shows, 78% of employers report difficulties finding people with the right digital and automation skills. So, so automation and AI are also expected to play a major role in improving productivity and organization performance, as research shows. So government strategies are also encouraging organizations to build digital capability and adopt AI more effectively. So this apprenticeship is designed to help address that challenge. So apprentices will develop practical skills in the process improvement, automation, stakeholder engagement, so data use and organizational change while applying their learning directly in the workplace. For example, the benefit includes improved efficiency, better use of data, stronger digital capability, and development of future talent. So the key message here is simple. So organizations are increasingly adopting AI and automation, but success depends on having people with the skills to implement these technologies effectively and they create a real business value. So this slide provides an overview of the program structure. So the program is built around 4 modules, so engagement and process mapping, and then solution design and development, testing, evaluation, and iteration, and continuous improvement and change. So together, these 4 modules take apprentices through the full journey from identifying opportunities to improvement to design, testing, implementing, and embedded AI and automation solution. So each of these modules are 30 credits. So in total, we have 120 credits. So each module will be delivered in blocks. So we have 4 blocks, as you can see in the slide. So will be delivered through 4 teaching blocks, so using a blended learning approach. So that's combined university-led learning, workplace activities, workshops, tutorials, and independent study. So a key feature of the program is that learning is applied directly in the workplace. So apprentices are encouraged to work on a real organizational challenge and use their learning to create value within their organization. So assessment of each module is a practical and workplace focus. So apprentices complete workplace projects, build a portfolio of evidence, and reflect on their learning and professional development. So overall, the program has been designed to help apprentices build confidence, develop practical skills, and support AI and automation initiatives that deliver a real organizational impact. So now this slide about explain how Apprentices is structured and how apprentices balance learning with their day-to-day work. So each module, as you can see, follows the same 12-week structure. So the first 6 weeks, learning 1 day teaching per week. First 6 weeks is focus on teaching and learning, where apprentices develop their knowledge through classes, activities, and discussion. So the next 4 weeks focus on applying that learning in the workplace through practical activities, projects, and portfolio development. And then we have the final 2 weeks are dedicated to assessment with continued support through tutorials and guidance sessions. So across the program, apprentices combine university learning, workplace application, independent study, and employer support activities. So this structure is offered several benefits. It allows apprentices to apply learning directly in their workplace, so balance study with work responsibly, and they gradually build confidence and experience over time. And this also for employers has benefit. So the benefit that apprentices can start contributing to improvement projects throughout their program rather than waiting until then. So in total, we have 24 weeks of learning and teaching, 16 weeks of practice workplace learning, and then 8 weeks in total of assessment, which is with tutor support as well. So in total about 48 weeks. So overall, the structure has been designed to support professional development while delivering a real workplace impact. The assessment of the apprenticeship is the final stage of the apprenticeship. So it is an independent assessment that confirms the apprentice can apply their knowledge, skills, and behavior in the workplace. The assessment has 2 parts, as you can see in the slide. First, a workplace project, report, presentation, and question and answer sessions. And then the second is a professional discussion supported by the apprentice's portfolio of evidence. So through the program, we provide preparation sessions, tutorials, presentation practice, and portfolio support to help apprentices feel confident and ready for their assessment. So the key point here is that this is not a traditional exam. It focuses on a real workplace competence and demonstrate that the apprentices is ready to perform effectively in their role. So beside the technical, practical skills, we also help apprentices, or we teach them something we call soft skills. So the soft skills, as you can see in this slide, which is about the mindset and professional qualities we want apprentices to develop throughout the program. So when people think about AI and automation, they often think about technology. However, successful AI projects depend just as much on people, communication, problem solving, and decision making. So that's why this program is about more than learning tools and technologies. So we want apprentices to develop qualities such as curiosity, creativity, innovation, attention to details, and critical thinking. So they will learn how to analyze problems, make evidence-based decisions, work with their stakeholders, and identify opportunities for improvement. So the program also encourages adaptability, continuous learning, and collaboration, all of which are important in fast-changing digital environment. So we also place strong emphasis on ethics, governance, security, and responsible use of AI. So apprentices need to understand not only what technology can do, but how it should be used within the organization. So ultimately, the aim to develop professionals who can combine technical understanding with the business awareness and help organizations use AI and automation effectively and responsibly. So this slide here highlights some of the facilities and resources available to support apprentices throughout their studies. So students will have access to modern computing labs. We have the library resources, collaborative learning spaces, and open access study areas across the university. So also advantage of our connecting with the Digitech Centre, which is in Adstall Park, so one of the UK leading tech hub we have. So the university also offers supportive learning environment and innovation spaces and student support services. So overall, these facilities help apprentices develop their skills, collaborate with others, and apply their learning in a professional and technology-focused environment. Okay, so as we come to the end of this session, so thank you for taking the time to learn about our AI and automation practitioner apprenticeship. So today we have explored why AI and automation skills are becoming important, how the program is structured, and how apprentices will develop practical skills that can be applied directly in the workplace. So the key message is that the program is about much more than technology. It's about helping people identify opportunities, improve the process, solve problems, and support digital transformation within their organizations. And the main thing here also, we don't require students or a learner to have a technical background or coding background. So the program also combines a university learning with a workplace application, so allowing apprentices to build knowledge while creating value for their employer. So at the same time, also employers benefit from developing the internal capability and the future-ready talents. So the learners will gain qualifications, so level 4 higher apprenticeship leading to certificate of higher education, with a plan again start in September 2026. So learning is delivered, as we said, through a blended university teaching and workplace activities, followed by the apprenticeship assessment. So if you would like to learn more about the program, so apprenticeship funding and employer involvement, our team are helping with that. So you can just send us an email or contact us at these emails we have. Thank you again for joining us today, and I would now be happy to answer any questions you have.
So we have had a question come in saying, as an educator, I'm particularly interested in assessment design, given the final assessment includes a workplace project, presentation and professional discussion. How do you ensure that participants are evaluated not only on their technical use of the AI tools, but also their ability to lead organisational change, address ethical considerations and create sustainable impact and within their workforce?
So the assessment of each module will be combined between business projects that are related to their organization. So they have to solve a business challenge related to their business workplace. And also some could be portfolio developed as well. So again, it's more practical as a practical assessment. It's not traditional exam. So we developed the assessment to make sure that apprentices or students will be able to solve a real world scenario, and that create that experience for the learners to be able later to use these skills on their workplace. But at the same time, there's no technical background, again, required for this apprenticeship. So the student will develop these technical and practical skills during the program. Hopefully that's answered the question. Thanks.
Okay. I have had a couple of other questions from some employers that weren't able to attend today. I think we've probably touched on a couple of them. So I'll read out the ones that we may not have done. So which AI platforms, automation tools and technologies are covered during the program?
Okay, so the program are focused on practical skills rather than a single software or platform. So apprentices will be introduced to a range of AI tools, which include some generative AI tools, but the workflow automation, platform data and visualization as examples. So there come some data visualization software and business process mapping tools. Because of the technologies are evolving rapidly, there's no specific fixed tools they're going to go through. So there's many AI tools will be. So the program, as you said, is designed to remain flexible and reflective current industry practices to make sure it's current and relevant to the industry.
And then I think we've had another question in. So how do you ensure that the skills taught in this apprenticeship remains relevant and transferable beyond specific tools or platforms?
So our team have the background, the technical skills, the practical skills, and they are up to date. So we are make sure we are up to date with the AI tools available. So and make sure our apprentices as well are following that. So our aim is to stay relevant and current, as we said, using the up-to-date AI tools are available to make sure, because again, this field is rapidly evolving, keep changing and moving very fast. And so our goal to stay relevant and up to date, as we said, by following the current tools are available in the market, provided by the big tech companies, and make sure our apprentices or our students are using them effectively and responsibly. So this is our aim while we develop this program. So it's important because, again, as we said, keep saying, so this field is evolving very fast and very quick. So our aim to stay relevant with the current tools and current technology available.
I think is it because it can adapt every year, can't it? It's not stagnant. It's not something that we will just have one set of programs that we utilize throughout the next 10 years. It would, as you said, it's just going to be updating continuously. So it'll always be relevant. So right, I've got one more question from another employer that wasn't able to attend today, but how are cybersecurity and data security considerations incorporated into the curriculum?
Okay, so cybersecurity and data protection and responsible use of AI are embedded through the program to teach apprentices about data governance, privacy, security risk, ethical considerations. So we want learners to not only to understand what AI can do, but also how to use it safely and responsibly. So, and in line with the organization policies and also the legal requirements. So that's what we are going to make sure about.
Fabulous, lovely. Right. If there is any other questions, just email us at businesssolutions@uos.ac.uk. So we hope you found today's session has given you a clear understanding of the programme and the benefits it can bring both to individuals, the apprentices and organisation, and how apprenticeships can support workforce development through data and digital skills. So as I said previously, if you've got any further questions after today's webinar or would like to discuss apprenticeship opportunities within your organisation, please contact us at that email address, businesssolutions@uos.ac.uk. uos.ac.uk, and we'll be happy to discuss eligibility, funding, recruitment options, and how the programme can be tailored to meet your organisational needs. So thank you once again for your time, and we look forward to working with you hopefully in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks.